Fold up. What's that word, YouTube? My dead homie, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I got some funny ass shit to tell y'all on my kids, but I done seen so much shit in prison on my kids, folks. I can't make this shit up on my dead homie, folks. Cause in my head, folks, I'm crying, laughing, folks. On my dead homie, I am really crying, laughing, folks. Cause listen, on my kids, folks, like, this shit really funny as hell on my kids, folks. I ain't gonna lie to y'all on my kids, folks. This shit crazy, folks. I can't make this shit up, folks. Listen, folks, on my dead homie. As I was doing my little story time, because I was doing another story time, and I just came to my head and thought about some shit on my kids. I'm like, wait, bro, I gotta talk about this on my dead homie, folks. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all on my kids, folks. I know a lot of the gangsters, they gonna be mad about the situation. Like, hey, boy, he can't be one of them boys. He can't. But listen on my kids, folks, on some real shit. In prison, you're going to see a lot of punk shit going on in prison on my kids, folks. You're going to see a lot of that. Oh, yeah, for sure. You're going to see a lot of that on my kids, folks. Like niggas fucking with punks and shit like that on my kids, folks. You're going to see that, gang. You're going to see that. On bro, you're going to see that shit on folks' grade. Like, niggas really be doing time and niggas really be fucking with punks on my kids, folks. So, you really going to see that shit on my kids, folks. I ain't going to lie to y'all on my damn homie, folks. Like, that shit really be going on in that motherfucker for real, for real. And I had real life seen it. And listen, on my mama, folks was one of us. On bro, like, he was one of us on my kids. But listen on my kids, folks, before the situation on my kids, right? So, something was going on. So, my partner Block, on photo, shout out my boy Block. He blood on photograph. He from Cordell on photograph. If motherfuckers know, shout out that boy Block. Motherfuckers know Block. Shout out from Cordell on my kids, folks. Now, fool, that my boy. Shouty funny as hell with a fat ass head. He ugly as hell. Oh, photograph. He probably gonna see this shit, but that my dog on photograph. So, folks, he just came back to the camp we was at type shit. You know what I'm saying? He just came back to Montgomery State Prison on my kids. Shorty just came from Calhoun. You know what I'm saying? So he just came back to Montgomery. The crazy part about it, he was already at Montgomery. They shipped him. He went to Dodge. Then he went to Calhoun. Then they sent him back here type shit. They sent him back to Montgomery State Prison. That's crazy on this same bid type shit. So I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to came back. So my boy come back in the dorm and shit like that on my kids. So he like, he was in a quarantine dorm. You go in the dorm first before you get clarification and come to the regular dorm. I was in dorm 2. Block was in dorm 6 type shit. So he ended up getting clarification. He ended up telling the nigga Jacob and shit like that. He do the moving and shit like that. Move all different inmates to different dorms, whatever dorm you want to go to. So Block, he ended up coming back in dorm 2 type shit. So I'm like, what up, my boy? For the grade, what's going on? Woo. He like, what's going on? Woo. He like, hey, listen, boy, you got a brother, boy. Boy, he like boys. Oh, for them. So I'm like, what? I said, yeah, he in that motherfucker with us on my kids. He ain't say on my kid, but I'm saying on my kids, you know what I'm saying? But he like, boy, yeah, you got a brother like boys. So I'm like, you know, Block, he funny as hell. He a little ugly motherfucker with a fat ass head on my kids, folks. Bro, so I'm just laughing on him. I'm just laughing because I'm like, bro, stop playing on my kids. I'm thinking, bro, really playing type shit, but he dead ass serious on my kids. I'm like, bro, stop playing. He can't be one of us on my kids. So I'm like, hell nah. He like, what? I'm like, oh, hell no. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this shit can't be for real on my kids, folks. So he just laughing. I'm laughing. I ain't gonna laugh because I'm like, bro, this nigga can't be for real on my kid, folks. So no cap. So, Shotty, I ain't gonna say, I ain't finna sugarcoat, folks. His name Zell, folks. Folks, I'm finna say your name. Your name's Zell. I ain't gonna say where you from, gang. I ain't gonna do that because they gonna put 2 and 2 together. I ain't gonna do it like that. But Shotty, I ain't gonna lie, folks. I'm gonna say your name, but I ain't gonna expose where you from, gang. I ain't gonna do that on my damn homie, folks. I ain't gonna do that. But Shotty name's Zell. You know what I'm saying? So listen on my kids, folks. Damn, what I was finna say on my kids, folks. So back cool. So now listen on my kids. Now the whole time I was in prison, folks, they done gave me a detail. I work at the grit mill. You know what I'm saying? I was working a job on the farm with my kids. Something to do, you know what I'm saying? Speed my little time up on my kids on 4th grade. So on my dead homie, my 2 motherfuckers that quit our they didn't quit our grit mill job. I ain't gonna lie. That shit lame as hell. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like outside detail shit really be lame as hell on my kids. And the officer, he really was racist type shit. But you know what I'm saying? I was really just doing shit to speed my time up and get up out the dorm and shit like that on my kids, folks. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, 2 motherfuckers had to quit our job. So they put 2 new people on our job type shit. Our boss man tell like we got 2 new people. But I ain't get to see these folks yet. So anyway, on my kids' blocks, he telling me like what's going on. Like, hey boy, you got a goddamn brother that goddamn on the down low. He fuck with them boys. whatever. Woo. They were just on the bus with me, come from Calhoun, coming to where we at right now. So I'm like, bro, hell no. So I'm laughing. I'm thinking niggas just playing type shit, whatever. Woo. So one of my other brothers, I ain't gonna say where bro from, because they from the same spot, folks. They don't want to say shit. I ain't gonna say where bro from. But anyway, bro from the same spot where the GD dude fucking with the punk type shit. You know what I'm saying? So G-Body walk up on me like, hey, boy. Hey, we got one of the brothers. We got to see what's going on. He making me look bad and shit like that, whatever. Woo, woo. Da-da-da-da-da, woo, woo. Yeah, he got down. He messing with the motherfucker saying he messed with a punk. He was late night, messing with a punk late night, going to the bathroom. They play fighting and whatever. Woo, woo. So I'm like, what? I say, bro, we got what? We got a brother messing with a punk? I don't know what the hell they going on. Now, mad at you, gang. This shit really be going on in prisons, because don't get it messed up with my kids. It ain't just this and that. It's all type of gangs are messing with punks, bro. That shit is going on for real in prison on my kids, folks. Like, niggas real life fuck with punks on my kids, folks. Literally, like, that shit for real. So, bro, telling me like, yeah, woo, man. You know what I'm saying? Bro, messing with a punk. You know what I'm saying? Woo, what's going on? Motherfuckers in the door said they seen him playing with a punk, play fighting, going to the bathroom, woo. So I'm like, what? I'm like, man, what the hell nigga look? But so now, next thing you know, these two people, the punk and the GD dude, whatever, they end up on my detail. This shit's so crazy, they end up on my detail. You know what I'm saying? They just came from Calhoun with my boy Block. You know what I'm saying? So they just came from Calhoun. They get shipped to Montgomery State Prison on my kids, folks. You know what I'm saying? So they on my detail. So I'm just people food out. So we on a van on the way to goddamn. We on a van on the way to the farm and shit like that. We finna go work and shit like that. They put the goddamn the punk on the van. They put the nigga Zell on the van. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I ain't gonna say where you from. I ain't gonna do them like that. You know what I'm saying? So we on a motherfucking van and shit like that on my kids, folks. So I'm like, this before I even knew what he was, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I already knew what he was, but I didn't say on the van like, so what you bang or something? Ooh, he like, yeah, I'm gangster. Ooh, da 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 da. I'm like, I bet cool. What's cool? Love you, by the way, Mac. Da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? So he telling me about himself and all that, whatever. Ooh, I'm like, okay, bet cool. You know what I'm saying? So everything was cool, but you know what I'm saying? Before I met him, I'm like, okay, everything cool. I'm like, bro, seeing straight. You know what I'm saying? He ain't really with all that. You know what I'm saying? Bro, seeing cool, whatever. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? So type shit. You know what I'm saying? So we on the van, we all the way to work. You know what I'm saying? The punk up that man in his business type shit. You know what I'm saying? So we get in the motherfucking grit mill. We get in the farm and shit like that on my kids, folks. They get real comfortable, folks. On my mama, I'm like, what's going on? So the punk steady walking up over there to him and shit like that, like sitting over there, they talking and giggling and play fighting and all this extra ass shit on my kid, folks. So I'm trying to teach them, because I've been working in the grit mill for a little minute, so I'm trying to teach the dude Zell, you know what I'm saying, how to, you know what I'm saying, bag the bags and shit like that on my kids, whatever. Woo. So the goddamn punk like, you want something to eat? You know what I'm saying? Cause we be getting goddamn eggs and shit like that on my kids. So we grilling eggs and all that on my kids on for the grave. So the punk walk up to him like, you want some eggs? So I'm like, what? So I look at the nigga like, he looking at me trying to see if I'm looking type shit. So I'm like, I'm really mad. I turn my head. So I'm like, I'm acting like I don't see nothing. I'm just really spying on him the whole time, seeing what the fuck folks got going on type shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but it like, yeah, I want some eggs. So I'm like, psh. I instantly shook my head right there. I said, man, this shit here crazy on my kids, folks. So next thing you know, he peel off. You know what I'm saying? He let the bag sit up, the bag just running the grits and shit in the bag and shit like that on my kids, folks. So he peel off. They got down. He make the sandwich. They biting. He grab the sandwich. They eating with each other and shit like that. Whatever. Woo. They play fighting. So then another thing too. The next day or something like that. Let me get to it. Like the next day. Okay, that right there. The next day, the punk get mad at him because he see that I'm watching that. So he looking like he see that I'm watching him. A punk like, now it's the punk turn because we had to do different shifts. So the punk telling him like, hey, you can make me some boiled eggs, whatever. Woo. So bro like, hell no, you gonna make your own boiled eggs. He would have made them boiled eggs. I wasn't watching his ass, folks, on my homie, because he on my shift, so they on their shift type shit. So I'm like, what the fuck going on? So the punk get mad at him. Like, come over there try to play fight with him and all type of shit. You really get mad at like him. So like, you know what I'm saying, when you get into it with your girl and your girl got a whole attitude type shit. So I'm like, what the hell I said, oh no. I said, oh yeah, this shit, I don't mess with this punk for real. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of the things. So all type of little funny shit on my kids. But I ain't gonna say too much on my kid, but all type of funny shit like that shit be going on for real. So I really couldn't believe it on my kid, because I'm like, bruh, this nigga really gonna be that bold to be goddamn play fighting and goddamn doing all this little fake, slick, flirty shit and all that on my kids supposed to run. Like, bro, what? So I tell bro, I say, I ain't gonna lie, bro, we gonna have to beat on him. We gonna have to goddamn do him the work way, gang. Like, man, home, man. Listen, he met with him. We gonna have to do him. Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? We gonna have to do that nigga that the work way. But see, we really can't even do nothing to him type shit because the cap we was at. You know what I'm saying? Like, them folk gonna give us free world charge. You know what I'm saying? All type of shit. So nigga really just like fell back from home type shit. So Shotty, he wasn't even at the camp that long. He ended up going home in July, some shit like that on my kids, folk. So it's early in the morning. You know, when you get released from prison, like 8 in the morning type shit. You know, the details leave out around around 7. You know what I'm saying? We leave out like 7 or 8. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm finna get ready to go to work. Shotty finna go home. I'm finna get ready to go to work. The punk waving at him like, bye-bye, go home, I'm gonna hit you up. So I'm like, bro, this shit here crazy, folks. Now, I don't know what the hell they got going on, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit be crazy, folks. So I'm like, man, fool ass, man. This shit be going on, man. Gang members and all that on my kids, folks. These niggas be messing with these, you know what I'm saying? These niggas be on the down low for real, gang, on bro, folks. On folks' grave, folks. That shit, that crazy, folks. I ain't gonna lie. Like, that shit be for real than that motherfucker on my kids, folks. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Folks on the down low, folks. That shit right there, folks. That shit broke my heart, folks, when I seen that shit, folks. I said, folks, these niggas that be fucking up on for real, gang? Folks, what the fuck, gang? This shit here crazy. On my dead hoe before.